The following is a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you hear do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.
Please note that while we will cover a multitude of topics, including many alleged health benefits, all information provided should be considered anecdotal and informational. Please consult with your physician before adding cannabis to your medical regimen. Cannabis is for adults 21 years of age and older. Also, paid sponsorships are not to be misconstrued as preferred or favored by the host. In any way, they are merely that, paid sponsorships. Well, good morning and happy Saturday, Nevada and beyond. Welcome to another episode of Get Elevated with Gia. And in this case, Peter Cannabis is back.
Back in the house.
What's up, Peter?
What up, yo?
This is Super Silly Saturday, Part 2. What does that mean? We are not talking about anything serious, though we may.
We're keeping it real.
Do not have an expectation. Well, if you're joining the show for the first time, this is a show about cannabis. We talk about truth and clarity, and we want global access, awareness, and education of this magical plant. So that's the purpose. That's the vision of the show. If you're a returning listener, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you, Peter, for being here again.
Oh, it's an honor. Come on.
So this show is Super Silly Saturday. We've got a bunch of random topics folded up, like as if we were playing charades, which it might get to that. I'm not sure. And so the first of these two episodes, we really just had some fun, and we're just going to keep that going. Is that agreement with everyone out there? Thank you.
Yeah. Raise your hand if you like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Wait.
Okay.
Got it.
We're in the club.
Saw it.
All
Done.
right, fun club.
I'm up first. I'm going to ask you the question, Peter.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm still thinking about you being tackled by the dog, the TSA dog. That's
Scary
like
moment.
everyone's worst fear. Was it a bit? Did you hurt yourself? Was it like, did you fall to the ground?
Yeah, I fell forward to the ground, yeah.
So he came hard.
It was a big German Shepherd.
Dude, how far back did he start running, do you think? When he was like...
He was on me like a ninja. I got to tell you, I didn't see him coming. And I was moving at a pace.
That's the worst part because you knew you were smelling. You were like, I'm getting out of here.
I moved with a intent. Let's just say that.
Okay. Aside from legalization, what law would you like to be passed for cannabis? What would you like to see happen?
I'd like to see interstate commerce.
Oh, say more.
When we look at California, where I reside, and I've seen cannabis, flourish in different economies around the country, we've had a bifurcated legislative process that's led to the licensing structures, which have led to open opportunity in the West and restricted opportunity in the East. And I'll give you a great example. The state of Florida is a judicial process where legislators in both the House and Senate, they come together, they vote, and the law that goes through. Well, same thing with the cannabis licensing process. And they created a system where only 22 super licenses will be owned by eventually 22 billionaires.
Sure.
And that money won't trickle out to the economy.
Right.
That money won't start new little, hydroponic stores, and it won't start new little installation or architects to get in or consultants to get in. It doesn't flourish what this plant can do to our economy. Now, look west of the Mississippi, where California, for example, has voter referendum, where they're getting the people's voice to pass law. And when we have people's voice, we open up architecture. And you look at the thousands of licenses, the 17 different license structures that are available for people to apply, both municipally and state, in the state of California.
Yeah.
It's opened up hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of new jobs, thousands upon thousands of new millionaires.
Trillionaires.
And it's given people opportunities to start off ancillary business, brand development businesses, consultings, packagers, whatever it is, there's a spot for you in the cannabis industry.
I love that.
In an open economy, not in something that trickles all the money up to the government regulated,
I love that.
Billionaires that own.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Licenses.
I'm going to make mine a little more simple. I like the idea of these consumption venues. I had the Chamber of Cannabis ladies. It'll be such a great time when people can more freely consume anywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere. Just, a little yoga. Yeah, 1 second. Let me post up a couple puffs and I'll get in my downward dog. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
That would be nice to just have the freedom. But the thing is, I really respect the people that just don't like the smell. I get it.
But we're here in Nevada as well. I mean, you guys have it tough. I mean, if I'm a tourist and I'm coming into Nevada.
You can buy it, but you can't smoke it anywhere.
I can go to a dispensary.
Correct.
And I can't go back to my hotel and smoke it.
Yeah.
I can't smoking in public.
Right.
Where am I supposed
buy
to?
an edible, bro. Call it a day.
But what if I want to smoke
Here,
cannabis?
well, you don't. Here's your smoking. Well,
So
swallow an
you're
edible.
basically-
Call it a
So Nevada
tinctures.
basically created a law that forces people to break the law.
Well, we made it, let's put it this way. Consumption venues this is all in legislation now. And
Great.
But anyway, just to keep it simple, that'd be such a great time when people can, freely do that.
I
to
cannot
enhance
wait to smoke a joint
and
with you in the
elevate.
consumption.
Right
line.
here. I want to do it right here. How about like
Challenge
some old radio?
accepted.
Yeah, let's just smoke and pass it right here. That's really when we're winning.
Puff, puff, pass, man.
There you go. Puff, puff, but not a short pass.
Ah,
Call back. All right. Who's up? You up?
Okay, you're up.
No, you're up.
Okay, I'm up.
You're up.
Okay, I just grabbed
Who's
two.
on first?
Who? What? What's on first?
Who's on? Bringing it back.
What rapper would you like to smoke with?
Does it have to be a rapper? Does it have to be?
Okay, I'll expand it. What musical or artist, celebrity or actor would you like to smoke a joint with?
Oh, these are multiple questions. I think some of those are on our other questions.
Uh-oh.
Let's stick with the musical piece.
Okay.
I don't mean to be trite, but I gotta say, I think Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
I mean, like, because I've done so much research on the man, like, I just think, like, it'd just be cool to be in his vibe, man. Like,
yeah, I dig that.
and to smoke it like the Rasta, like I'm sure he'd smoke me under the table, but like I'd go down trying, bro. I would go down trying.
That'd be a cool one to do. I'd probably have to say Jim Morrison.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like
I dig Jim.
perfect. I think you know
We'd
what,
rock
you guys
out.
might be twin flames.
We'd be like golden gods, just getting
I can
high.
totally see that. He was deep and dark a little bit, right?
Yeah, bringing the light in.
Yeah, fair enough. I meant, some of that music and the way he dances.
Hey.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's next up on the agenda here. Let's see what this question says. Okay. Oh, what plant medicine does cannabis most mimic for you?
Ooh. I receive cannabis a couple different ways. I enjoy a really intense sativa like a Durban poison. And that, for me, is a really intense upper. Like, I have energy. I actually have a lot of focus on it. I have
love
a lot
Durban
of energy.
poison.
So,
Yeah.
I don't really take other plant medicines that affect me like that. I'm a daily smoker.
Yeah.
So, I ingest cannabis. I smoke cannabis. I apply it topically, and it's a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So,
Have you ever done a bath bomb?
I have done a bath bomb, and I loved it. I
Mind
felt really girly
blown.
doing it, but
Well, that's
afterwards,
okay.
my body was
Were there
like,
rose petals in there?
yeah, several.
Really?
No, I'm just joking.
Dude, I was like,
but no,
I can see why you're.
in all honesty, I loved it. I felt like I had new skin
Yeah,
afterwards.
you can actually do too much of a THC bath bomb or bath salt. So you have to really think about. Yeah, I was just reading some. I mean, what's like anything with the too much?
You know a lot about the bath bombs, though.
Well,
You should educate us on that.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you what I know right here. I'm giving you this. Is it.
This is it. Oh, this is it. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Okay.
Because
You should really start a radio show.
like you don't need to put 100 milligrams in a bathtub. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, kind of keep it where, less is more, but it does have this nice relaxing. I think they think they're underrated.
Yeah.
Bath salts, bath bombs, even CBD are really nice as a method of delivery.
I love
You
it.
must have a ton of those. Just dump this. Yeah.
I love CBD.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why do you love it so much?
I like it because of the fact that if you look at your aging process, right?
Yeah.
You're aging for two factors. Your chromosomes are elongating; they're getting longer, and your inflammation. And so CBD is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory.
I have a funny
processes.
story on
and
that.
so I love it for like actual face lotion and stuff. That's my favorite application of it.
Do you? Okay, so Jimmy Diamond,
JD.
Jimmy Castillo, God, one of my favorite people on this earth, aside from you. I mean, our circle is tight, and it's really amazing.
Yeah.
So, but I use his products, the Braveheart.
Oh yeah.
And Jenny's Rose Cream.
Yeah, the Brave line.
Brave Line, excuse me. Braveheart, the movie.
He's a brave heart.
Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Brave Line is the brand, full spectrum,
Full spectrum.
not the broad spectrum.
Not abroad.
What's the difference again, real quick?
Well, broad spectrum is going to have any THC content extracted out of it. But at the same time, you're going to lose fats and lipids that are part of the plant's natural cannabinoid profile.
No, full spectrum keeps it all in.
And you use full spectrum, you're getting the whole plant.
Okay, so I liked his CBD one so much, and I refer everyone to that. Then I was like, well, let me get the 1-to-1. Let me step it up a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
That's a different story.
His stuff is super potent, let me tell you.
Oh, it comes with care. He makes it with care.
Yeah. So I don't measure my stuff, and I just kind of go, how am I feeling? Like 2 drops, 3 drops. And then one day I was like, I don't know, it's a quarter of the dropper. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
And then
How'd
like
that work out?
not well. So, well, but like then it was like an hour later, and I was like,
"What's my name?"
I was on the phone, and I started getting super dry mouth, and I was like, it was an important call, and I felt like look, it sounded like on the other side, like maybe I was nervous about what I was saying or lying, because I was like,
Doing a lot of lip smacking.
right. And then I started spitting this wisdom, like I started having this open mind, and I was like, I was speaking real truth, because I tend to be like, I call cannabis truth serum, right? And then I was like, oh my God, I'm high.
Yeah.
I'm high right now.
You got diamond.
I got diamond. And I text Jimmy, I'm like, bro, I need one drop.
Yeah.
One. And I'm glad that I did it, because I refer a lot of people to his medicine. Now I can feel, if someone ever bought the 1-to-1, you know me, I'd be like, I take a couple drops.
You kind of got to figure it out.
You
know?
do.
Because everybody receives it differently.
It's so strong and potent. So anyway, back to whatever.
Next question.
Back to that.
Gia will be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. Can, the world's first microdose THC beverage, is now available in dispensaries all over Nevada. Out of all drinks in 2019, cannabis or not, BevNet recognized Can as the best new beverage. It's only 30 to 35 calories per serving and comes in 3 delicious and award-winning flavors: lemon lavender, blood orange cardamom, and grapefruit rosemary. More information and where to buy your 6-pack of Can is available at our website, drinkcan.com. That's with 2 N's, drinkcan.com.
All right, I got one for you, Jim.
All right, bring it.
All right. What plant medicine? I just went down.
Is this the same question?
This is what.
Oh, I didn't answer my question.
What plant medicine goes best with cannabis?
Okay. Well, you know what? I wrote this question because I've been very, you and I are both called so much to these plants and frogs and all these things. Our ancestors threw them to us, is what I feel.
I agree.
And there's 2 things I love cannabis. There's 3 things. Is after combo, not right after, right? But like, and for those of you that don't know combo, it's the giant Amazonian monkey frog. It's the secretions that have been known to be extremely healing. It's a ceremony that you drink water, the medicine is applied as small burns, like the dot, like a incense stick end, and then the medicine goes directly into your lymphatic system, and you clear anything that you choose to let go. It dumps it into your gut, and you purge. And you purge, and you purge. And it's really miserable. And people say, this is a common misnomer, they say, combo makes you sick. You made you sick. The medicine makes you well.
Yeah, combo's getting it out of you.
It gets you out of you. So I think cannabis blends so nicely. I think cannabis weaves all of these medicines together.
Yes.
I think it works amazing after psilocybin, but on the end of it, otherwise you can get relaunched. And I actually had that happen once where I was on alternate realities. I was like, oh my God, I'm in the Louisiana Bayou. This is awesome. And the people with me were like,
is that a koala bear?
But cannabis needs to be used with reverence in all of those places, because I think it's an integrative medicine. It will help you like open your heart and kind of like integrate those other, which are sometimes more powerful on your body and hard on your body. Like combo, that's rough.
Combo is rough.
Yeah. I mean, and then you're liberated from that junk. So anyway, that was, what about you?
I would have to say that the cannabis, and this is a silly Saturday, so I'm really going to open up here. But I am a big believer in psychedelics and especially mushrooms, psilocybin.
Yeah.
And I enjoy launching with a psilocybin trip with a nice cannabis blunt.
There you go. You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because
it'll pop you off, and all of a sudden you know where you're going.
Well, you have to know how to navigate these spaces.
You do.
Because this is like cannabis, and I didn't actually know I was going in these realities. I found out after, and I was like, hey.
I'm here. How are you? Come here often?
I was having a deja vu moment, and it was just like someone said, you guys just relived this whole scene. And it was just like, the whole thing is mind-blowing. And I think cannabis is such a great teacher plant and all of that to integrate like post-psilocybin, post-combo, to really sit with it and open your heart.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, this plant. It's the OG.
Yeah, let's give it up to the OG.
Cannabis is OG and the healing plants.
What does OG mean to you? Original gangster?
Yeah, I mean, like what?
I thought it was always ocean grown.
I think it's both. It's a yes and.
I think it can be both.
I think it's yes
I think
and.
it should be both.
But it is done.
Yeah, we settled it.
Yeah.
The dispute over what OG means was just fun.
It's just done.
Yeah,
so
thank you very
call
much.
high times.
Hey, I got another one for you though.
What is it?
What would you tell your kids about weed? And I know you've had this conversation with your son.
Yeah.
What a handsome young man he is. By the
I
way.
know. I could talk about him all day.
Yeah, I know.
He's my favorite
he's
human.
The man. I had the chance to meet him the other day when I got that painting from you.
Yes, tell
and
me.
I got to tell you, this kid, if he doesn't become like either a professional NBA player or the cover of Calvin Klein's modeling edition, he's wasting his talents. But moreover, he's sweet and endearing and a very confident young man and very kind.
Thank you.
I loved the overwhelmingness of kindness that was coming out of him.
Yeah.
Great job.
Okay, I told him, I said, so I didn't get in the industry until after he was in college, right?
Okay.
So it was.
So he was already smoking.
So I was I was a normal adult trying to deal with a normal situation, and I said, listen, if you ever have interest in marijuana, talk to me. You know.
That's a good approach.
Yeah, like, hey man, come to me first because we're super close. And I had been traveling for this job, and I was like in St. Louis, like just shuffling along in the airport after trip after trip. And I came home, it was like 8 o'clock. You know, I'm tired, and he's sitting at the table. I was like, oh God, what? He's like, well, I'd like to talk about weed. And I was like, now? Like, I'm exhausted. Anyway, and I was just transparent, like. Actually, I had some edibles from Denver. I didn't know sativa. I didn't know nothing. I was like, well,
let's try it.
Here you go.
Let's try it.
I don't know. Here you go. You take this. I take that.
Let's figure it out.
Let's go.
Let's do it together.
And we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I fell asleep because I was super tired from the travel. It was a beautiful, relaxing, like, and I'm out. And I, in my drowsiness, there was comedy playing on the TV. He had like 10 bowls of cereal and fell asleep.
10 bowls of cereal.
So the line in the sand was now, okay, if that was a good experience, am I condoning it? So what do we do now?
Yeah.
So it was more or less like, well, what was your experience? And it was exactly as I described. And I said, okay, so here's the deal. I'm not condoning this at all. You don't have discernment. What does that mean? Well, you don't know when. Kids in generally don't know when it's not okay and when it's okay. Like, is it okay to smoke before finals? No. Like, I know some people may say they use it for AGs, putting that stuff aside. Like, the key is discernment.
Good call.
And with your responsibilities, there's no way to know that. So there's the experience. Woohoo. You demythologized it on some level. And now I have to trust that with my respect for here and respect for who you are and what you're trying to do, you have discernment in this discussion.
Yeah. Wow. I like that.
And that was it. I remember that. So that's what we did.
Oh, that's it.
Discernment.
I really like that.
Yeah. And then you keep an open dialogue because questions come up. That doesn't mean that's all the entire thing. And then you deal with the peer pressure and what's available to kids in these schools. They can probably score any kind of thing.
Anything.
So it's really open communication and trust. And that's it.
I like that. I really like that. I like the fact you gave him a chance.
Yeah. What would you do?
Wow, I don't have children, and I haven't really put myself in that position yet. But what I would say is that now that we're in a different kind of paradigm, a different reality than when I grew up, when there's access to these things, I think people want to try things they can't get a hold of. They
it's
think,
the whole
when somebody
mystery.
says no, I'm like, well, why are you telling me no? I want to do what I want to do. A rebellion against your parents is like natural, right? So I think what you said is like showing them the experience and demything. If you take a look at what happened in Colorado after they legalized, drunk driving went down.
Right. Domestic violence went down.
Domestic violence went down.
Mm-hmm.
Children using cannabis actually went down. Because it's
no longer
like, oh my God.
Right.
Oh, that's cannabis. Like, if I do ever have children, I'm going to continue to smoke cannabis and utilize it as a part of my life.
Of course.
And it's just going to be like a beer to them, to me.
Well, by then.
I would say, listen, you're
by then
12 years old. No. You wait till you're 21. Then you can go to the store and buy it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I don't really know. I don't have that experience like you do, but I really like the way you handled it.
I think it worked out. Thank you.
Here's the next one.
All right. Fire it up.
What would be the name of your cannabis brand?
Okay. I'm going to tell you this.
Oh my gosh. This is such a good question for you.
It's called Baked by 5.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Baked by 5.
So I was taking a couple days off and I was out on the balcony with a friend. It was like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm normally working and, on doing some kind of spreadsheets and on calls or out, doing something. And so that's my programming. And she's like, yo, you're off today. I was like, right. Like, give me that, give me that. Cause still in my mind, like you don't really get super anything until after the, it's just
5,
old, it's wiring, right?
Yeah, old school.
But so then I was like hitting that thing and I was like,
I'm baked by
I was like,
5.
dude, I'm about to be baked by 5. And it just became like, it's okay to do that. Now, baked, use the term loosely, right? But like, it's really okay to invite the plant and to have fun. I'm not suggesting when you're working. That's not my point, but whatever. But it just opened my mind to like how the plant kind of can recondition. You're like,
That's a really good story.
It's okay to
that.
slow down.
Yeah.
So like, I actually see the story behind the brand. Like sitting on a porch, this is legit how it happened. I was like, you know what? I'm about to be baked by 5.
I like that.
And it felt like such a milestone for the nerd in me who was like, I can't be smoking before 5. I have work to do. So that is just one of the brands I have in the crock pot.
I like that.
Right?
One. Yeah.
What you got?
Mine is fishing for whiskers.
Say more. Fishing for whiskers.
So I was a financial advisor back in Maryland and at Merrill Lynch in Florida, and I had this big partner of mine, and we'd go on these road trips and go and see and we'd have fun on these road trips, and we think about how the heck are we going to get out of being financial advisors eventually,
right?
Because we both hated it, right? Ugh. And so this old cruise boat was for sale in the port of Palm Beach, and we came up with on one of these long drives over a big fat blunt. We came up with an idea. We'll buy this cruise boat. We'll turn it into a floating casino. We'll take it 10 miles offshore.
Dude, a floating dispensary, though.
And we'll call it Fishing for Whiskers.
I love it.
And so it's kind of like I'm getting myself in a little bit of trouble.
I love it.
And I like it.
Yeah.
And that's my brand, Fishing for Whiskers, baby.
I love it. I think we need to look Baked by 5 and Fishing for Whiskers.
You don't really know what it means, but you kind of know what it means.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Huh. Okay, I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Petre, what's your favorite strain and why? Real simple.
Oh, easy. Durban Poison.
You know what? That's why I love you so much, because I will say that is one of my favorite strains.
I got to tell you,
I create most of my art with Durban Poison, focus, like ideas, flow state.
So creative.
And so it's terpinolene,
yeah,
limonene, and probably beta-caryophyllene in there. There might be no, there's definitely ocimene in Durban Poison. I'm 90% sure. That is my favorite terpene, ocimene. I'm a terp nerd.
I got to tell you, every time I smoke Durban Poison, it's like I'm coming home.
Like, dang. Wow. I'm coming home.
Yay.
I love it. Wow. Second to that, I do like Jack.
Yeah, Jack Rose.
It's classic, but like as it relates to getting stuff done, like that'll, you know, I remember like I fold the clothes, do the house, clean everything. Like,
what's your favorite strain?
Well, I mean, Durban Poison is certainly up there.
Yeah.
I do love Kush Mountains by Cannabiotics. It's classic. Yeah, I tend, but as a category though, I have learned to really embrace sativas and or the terpenes that cause the sativa-like effects. More importantly, to elevate my life. Like if all my paintings are cannabis inspired.
Yeah.
Like I launch, I channel, and I get to work, and that's my story. You know?
I love it.
Yeah, and then I love like a million other in between.
Yeah, I love them all. But I really am.
I hear you on Durban, though.
Yeah. The Durbans, that's fantastic.
All right. We got 2 more questions, then it'll probably be the show wrap.
All right. Okay.
Now for a quick word from our sponsors. From the chief lobbyist of Matos Consulting, Jay is spearheading a new bill for consumption lounges. Jay is passionate about alternative places to consume cannabis so our city and the Strip can remain family-friendly.
What president would you like to smoke some weed with?
I would say Bill Clinton. Because like I'd be like this, because it's truth serum, and I'd be doing some Reiki.
You'd ask him.
I'd be spitting some Reiki
questions.
magic on him, like setting up like how I do my energy work. I'd be like, come on, Bill, like what really happened, man?
Yeah,
like,
tell me.
Come on, Bill. Hey, I'd be like noodling him with my elbow, like, hey, come on, Bill. But I just think. I don't know. That's the one who came to mind, maybe because like I think, and it's not about like what president stood for. I'm not, but I just think it'd be fun. I'd be pumping him for all the truth.
So if I have to pick a president,
alive or dead,
there's a couple different ways. Yeah, but there's a couple different ways you can go with this one. Number one, you could kind of go with like the guys that started the war on drugs, and you'd have to smoke with them and like really put it in their face.
Wow, that's deep.
Like
I didn't go that far.
Or something like that.
Oh, that I would come in that sesh.
Yeah,
I would join that sesh.
Just like now, smoke it, bro. See what happens.
Yeah.
Is your brain really on drugs? Yeah. Or you can go to the guys that are like the Trumans or Roosevelt, who was like man's man.
Yeah.
But you know what I'd like to do?
Smoke a big
I'd Roosevelt.
Okay.
Teddy.
I love that.
I'd go out into the bush on a camping trip with Teddy, and I'd light up a fatty. Yeah, you know? I'd stoke a fire and be like, tell me a ghost story, Daddy.
I love it. Tell me a ghost story. He probably rock a ghost story. I do too.
Ghost stories.
Real ghost stories.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when stuff was creepy. We got one more question, Peter.
All
you
right.
got it. Fire it up.
Oh, it's me. Okay.
No, you've been doing it.
What part of the world or part of history would you most want to experience, or is this experience? I can't hear you.
Yeah, like if you could go back in time, like where would you want to be to experience cannabis at that time?
Oh, okay. What part of history?
Yeah.
Would you most want to be to experience history?
I'm going to tell you mine, bro, because I got this like, brewing up right here. I got to spit the answer.
Give it to me.
Okay. Egyptian times. Number one.
Great answer.
Yes. Matriarch. I want to be part of that. I want to be Isis. If I'm going back, I would do the whole thing. I want the hair.
Yeah.
I want the jewelry.
You could definitely be Cleopatra. You could be.
Oh, I painted both of them.
Yeah, you could definitely.
Okay, well, let's go. You know what? I feel Cleopatra now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I want the jewelry.
Or Helen of Troy.
Let's stop there. I'm going to go with Cleopatra. I want the jewelry. I want the headdress, the hair. I want all of that. I want the snake bracelets on my arm. Okay, I want that. And you know, so the they used to smoke cannabis, like Blue Lotus, papyrus.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing they would smoke in there? Like opium.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how they would go in. That's how they would discover all these things. And I just think like the way that they reverenced it there for like mixing with these natural herbs, I think that would be just so cool. The way they use those ceremonial, plants.
That's a good answer. I love that answer.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
My answer actually also connects with ceremonial practice.
Yeah.
I would like to go back to the origination of Rastafarianism. Cannabis is such a ceremonial, sacred part of their religion. I would love to go back to see and how it started.
Music and the
oh man,
that's I would also go there with you.
Yeah.
Well, I would like.
Sounds like we're gonna be smoking together a couple times.
I'll do the time travel and I'll come meet you.
You bring your weed, I'll bring my weed. We'll put it together.
But wouldn't it be cool to like experience those times? How they
so cool.
But here's when you think about it, though, Peter. Like there was no dry rooms, there were no like humidity checks. They just like grew it, dried it. Like I also have this really strange theory. Maybe you'll subscribe to this. That early on when I was starting to work with the plant and I was meditating a lot, and I had this imagery, if you will, that there is no such thing as indica sativa hybrid. First of all, she was like, nah, I do that for you so that you can relate to what I can do for you.
Yeah.
And it was just like, there's just one plant. Yeah. It is just one plant. Cannabis. All this other variations is really within us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so here's another example. I am currently working on a brand that I'm not growing, but I'm curating it through Reiki and stones.
Nice.
Yeah. So I take like leftover buds and things and just, it doesn't matter what it is, grind it and I put it in jars. And then I like intuitively, like one I called like a higher self, that like you want to achieve higher self connection, you would smoke that. Creativity, passion, things like that. Music.
I like this.
And then I'm using like various things to charge it.
Yeah.
And I have, that's a good thing I do. It's a thing I do.
It's a thing I do.
So my point in all that is, and the effects that I'm curating are being created, and it's all about intention is what I'm saying. It's a long story to say. So I really think that there's just one plant, all this, even the strains, like if I said, hey, this is Durban, you'd probably have the same effect, even if it was something else. On some level, we've created this intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's fun to think about all the times in history where I'd love to see how the plant was used. And then it'd be cool to like bring like Cleopatra here. Like present time, like
oh man,
right? Just I don't know. That's so crazy. But Nixon, hey, come on over here.
Yeah, Nixon.
Let's have a chat.
Wrap your lips around.
You should be on the show. I'm gonna channel him next time.
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh my God.
I'm not a dork.
Peter, I have so enjoyed this, and listeners,
so
this was a first-time show. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Hopefully you did, because once again, this is an example of cannabis opening up your minds, your heart, having fun, and we've had a lot of serious topics the past couple shows, and so I wanted to really keep this one in the last week light and fun. And Peter, I adore you.
Oh, it's so much fun.
We have great chemistry here for this, and thank you for playing along
flow
with
state. We were
silly Saturday, silly Super Saturday, whatever it was. She'll be back. She'll be back.
Super silly Saturday.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I adore each of you because you're here with some interest of cannabis or Peter Cannabis, or me. And either way, we'll take it. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, dear friends, as I always like to say, welcome to the future of cannabis. My name is Gia. I'll be your tour guide.
You have been listening to a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you heard do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.